On the eve of the NRL season kicking off, we're going to turn our love of fashion to the NRL shirts for 2025.
From the bright green of Canberra to the pink panther of Penrith, we're going to dive into every NRL shirt and we're going to critique them, Craig, because apparently that's what we're known for these days.
Obviously, we had a very popular video with the Super League 2025 shirt reviews. Okay, we got a little bit of stick. Some people agreed with some of the comments we made. In fact, we've had a lot of people reach out and say, right, you've got to do the NRL shirts as well. So here we are. The day has dawned. Let's get into it. We want to say thank you to the sponsors of this video, which is therugbystore.co.uk.
If you pop online and you want to order yourself any NRL gear or Super League gear, if you use the discount code RL Outsiders, that'll give you 10% off. Or if you go in store in Hull, tell them the Rugby League Outsiders sent you and you'll get a 10% discount. Brisbane Broncos #1, straight into their home shirt. Little bit different this year, so they've gone with a full sort of burgundy number.
Right, first of all, I'm not a massive fan of claret. You'll probably never ever see me wear claret. Okay, the reason being, I was in the Marines. Our arch rivals, if you like, was the Parachute Regiment. That's one of their colours, so I just won't wear it. Okay. However, looking at this shirt, I can see it's a very sleek design. It's very, very minimalistic, dominated by that one colour. Very, very prominent sponsorship, and I like the flashes on the shoulders there, on the front of the shoulders. That in combination with the gold. I mean, it's just two colours that really complement each other, innit?
I don't like it.
All right, okay.
I'll tell you why.
Go on.
It looks like they've been lazy this year. I love the Brisbane shirts where they have a lot more sort of gold on there, bit of white thrown in. I mean, everybody remembers the classic sort of Brisbane Alfie Langer style shirts, don't they, from back in the day? They at least have a lot more white on them. This is a modern design. Like, they've got a lot to work with here of Brisbane. Like, Kia logo just looks modern on there. Very basic, I think. I don't think the designers have really gone to town on this one.
I think they've just gone like for a minimalistic look and less is more. But you think you think that's been lazy?
Yeah,
no,
but the 2024 shirt was awesome. I loved it. How it was a mix of retro and modern. So they've taken like a classic design and modernised it last year. The sort of pattern going across it, and it's like this year they've gone, well, it was a little bit more flashy last year, so we'll just stick a burgundy shirt out this year, and there you go.
Well, as with all these shirts, we will rate them between 1 and 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best.
Not many people get a 10, do they?
No, very, very, 10s are rarer than hen's teeth. So, we might not get any 10s today, but we'll see. Cal, already we're splitting people, right? There'll be people out there going, you're talking shite. And that's,
Are the Aussies known for their fashion sense?
Well...
No, they're not. They're not.
What were their thongs? We got thongs. They're called flip-flops.
Thongs,
oh,
yeah, of course, yeah. And cork hats and...
all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Maybe like pulling a few stereotypes there, but we'll stick with it. We'll stick with it. A bit of Anglo-Aussie banter. Right, okay, we've got to score it then. First shirt, let's fly through. We've got 30 odd shirts to get through. So what are you scoring this, Cal?
4 out of 10 for me.
4 out of 10?
Yeah, it's lazy. Lazy shirt.
That is harsh. That is really hard. You think it's lazy? All right, well, I don't think it's anything spectacular. I also don't think it's anything terrible. So I'm just going to give this a 6. Okay, so minimum of the road, 6. But you're going straight in with a 4.
Yeah, I mean,
not making any friends then, Cal.
I don't need to make any friends in Australia, mate.
You do. You're heading across there for the World Cup.
No. The Ashes is coming this year.
Right.
Don't need to make any friends in Australia.
Right. That starts next year.
No, this year.
No. I mean, there's making friends in Australia. That's going to start next year.
Yeah, I'll start that next year.
Right. Okay. All right. Let's move on then.
Brisbane Broncos away shirt, all white, bit of burgundy on the sleeves. Funnily enough, it's the exact same design as last year. So I just talked about the designers being lazy. They haven't bothered with a new shirt this year, same as last year.
Is this quite a common thing in Australia where the shirts stay the same? They don't change them much?
Well, some of the teams, they kind of have a classic design.
And stick with it.
And they just stick with it. Brisbane tend to mix it up a bit, in all honesty. But their away shirt, they've just kept the same as last year.
Yeah, I mean, there's good points and bad points for that, isn't there? You know, like there's some clubs in the UK where they just turn out shirt after shirt after shirt, and obviously it's a commercial thing, you know. And I think sometimes they can do too many and kind of see the fans off a little bit. But there's also your side of the argument where kind of been lazy and you need to do more for a new season.
The Aussies always bring like an indigenous shirt out, don't they, every year? So
yeah.
they always have 3. They usually bring a throwback shirt out each year. So yeah, maybe it's not a bad thing that stick with a design for more than one season. I mean, let's face it, the NRL teams, they aren't as needed in cash as the Super League teams as much, are they? So yeah, maybe why. Anyway, right, let's get on to the shirt. So I really like this one. I love the collar. I love the design in the middle. Obviously, there's no Mickey Mouse stuff going on here. Logos are integrated. It all looks crisp, smart, pristine. I rate it. It's a good shirt, that is. It's going to look good on the field.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I don't think it's anything outstanding, but I think it's a very nicely put together shirt. All the colours there are very complimenting. The big white panel really makes it all stand out. The
I don't know what you call that.
Yeah, like this chevron type stuff in the middle. It kind of works in sort of breaking up the waist a little bit. Yeah, I don't think it's anything incredible. I'm going to give this a 7.
Yep, I'm going with you. Yeah, it's a 7 out of 10 shirt. That is nice and crisp. Everything looks smart. I think the white goes with a burgundy and gold or burgundy amber. Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, as with all these shirts, if you disagree, if you agree, if you've got your own score and you want to score them down in the comments, then make sure you do. Let's get a bit of interaction going. We do work hard to reply or at least acknowledge comments, but we're just getting more and more all the time, so we'll do the best we can.
Right, you're wearing it.
Yeah.
The green machine.
Yeah.
Canberra Raiders. So this is, I mean, you've got a very similar jersey on. This is the new Canberra Raiders jersey for 2025. And it's the same design as the 2024, pretty much, yeah. I don't think it's really changed as this one. However, sometimes when you get something right, you just got to stick with it, haven't we?
Yeah, you got to stick with it. It's a very bold colour. I got this shirt, by the way, we got this one from the Rugby store, more on that later on. And put it on last night in front of my wife. She's like, that green is not your colour. So I was like, fuck, are you kidding me? I've got the Canberra shirt. Had a lot of Poms in that team for a long time, so they're like my second.
Don't call us Poms,
team,
mate. Don't call us Poms.
What would I call you then?
Derogatory term, that is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. To who?
To us?
It don't offend me. It don't offend me.
Well, it offends me. So.
Okay.
I'm not here to make any friends.
Right. Okay. Come on in, Carl. Let's get into this. Right. Let's get into this Canberra shirt.
Classic Canberra shirt. They've pretty much stuck with this for years, haven't they?
Yeah.
Full green. Blue and amber or blue and yellow on the sleeves. Look, it's a smart shirt. The logo in the centre, the sponsor, all fits in nicely with it. I love it. I really like it. And it looks great on the pitch in the sunshine. There ain't much you can say about it. What a great shirt that is.
Yeah, I mean the green. The bright red logo. And I know you got to work with logos. You get whatever you're given.
Yeah, true.
You got what. You get what you're given, and you got to kind of work with your logos. And although the red is very bold on the green, I don't like this white strip that it sits on. I don't know how you change that and make it a little bit better, but I don't know. It doesn't quite feel as integrated as it could do. So I'm not as keen as this one as I am like the Brisbane away shirt, if I'm honest.
Well, the milk logo always used to look good in the centre of the Canberra shirt, didn't it? The logos on the arms look good. I like it. I think it's strong. I mean, like I say, they haven't changed it for a couple of years, so it's a classic, tried and tested design. Is this
6 for me? I'm going to give this a 6.
He's sat there wearing a Canberra Raiders shirt. Giving it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, we're unbiased, mate. We're people like us because we're unbiased. So, unbiased. I'm not right keen on it.
Well, it's a 7 for me.
Right. Middle of the road 7.
Yeah, middle of the road 7.
All right, let's crack on. We're flying through these.
Okay, here we are then. Canberra Raiders away shirt. Classic design. This is a bit of a throwback shirt to the 90s, 90s sort of shirt this is. Very similar. They've gone with a white, with a blue, and The blue top, the amber and green on there. I think the logo, although it's red, I think it fits in quite nicely on this one. This is a strong design.
Yeah, I think what saves the logo here is the bottom half of the shirt being white.
Yeah.
Therefore, the red on white logo isn't quite as prominent. I'm not sure about the orange stripe. Seems weird. I feel like the orange stripe should be at the bottom of the cuffs or the armband, centre of the bicep and that kind of thing. That just seems to be like floating for no apparent reason. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a bad shirt. But again, it's not a shirt that's kind of set things alight.
It's class. I like it.
Yeah, well,
I really like it. I think it's.
What do you like about it?
The colour scheme works well, and just throwing a large section of white on that colour scheme, I think is ace. So I think if the green's a bit too much for you, I think just a bit of the green and a bit of the blue.
What are you trying to say? The green's too much for me. What do you mean?
I'm not going to question your fashion choices.
Right.
I'll leave your wife to do that. I like it. It looks good. Do you want me to score it first?
If you want.
I give that. It's an 8 out of 10. That is.
8?
Yeah, it's a solid 8 out of 10.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to go 7. I'm going 7 for that. So, yeah, cool.
Right. We got an extra shirt with Canberra. 3rd shirt this year. Bosch. Now, first thing that sticks out here, that sponsor, they made it black and white.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they have done that on the home and away shirt?
Yeah.
Right. It does look a little bit like a training shirt, this one, to me.
Right.
But I do like it. I think the design's good. I think they've worked well with the colours. Solid shirt. I mean, they've just greyed out all the logos on this one, and it's looked smart. I think it's the way to go.
I love anything that makes you look like a lizard, right? and that makes you look like a freaking iguana. Right,
right.
But I love it. But I'm prodding a stick at it. But I do love it. I love the integrated logos that you've mentioned. I think they've tackled that. The issue they had on the sleeves there. The green is more of a minty green than this.
Yeah, it's
than this
slightly
lime
different.
green.
I don't know if it's just the monitor that colour, but yeah, but I definitely think it's a slightly different green.
Yeah, but I mean, and I really like it, and I'm going to go straight on a limb and give this a solid 8. I think it's a cracking shirt. Really, really good shirt.
I like it, but I prefer the away shirt, so I'm going to give it a middle of the road 7 on this one.
7. Okay. Coolio.
Right, next up, Canterbury Bulldogs celebrating 90 years in the competition. So this is a classic design with a new logo celebrating 90 years in the NRL or Australian. No, not NRL. It wasn't called NRL back in those days. Anyway, so yeah, it's a classic design. It's very Canterbury Bulldogs, isn't it?
It's very Canterbury Bulldogs and it's very NRL. It just looks like those old cotton NRL shirts you used to see walking down the streets, and you'd be like, "Whoa, you don't see many of them." You know what I mean? And this is one of the, like you said, classic design, but with the new NRL logo, and obviously different sponsor there. But what a big bold sponsor that is, and that is hard. Your background is like graphic design and that, so that is a hard graphic to have to deal with. But I think they've cracked it,
and it's massive. How bloody big is that sponsor on that shirt? It's like, yeah. 90 years of Canterbury Bulldogs, you won't notice that because it's got fucking laundry hotels slapped right across the middle of it in massive writing. Yeah, but I think they've worked well with it. The fact that they can integrate that logo onto the shirt and everything's just blue and white, pretty classy. I mean, the colour scheme isn't the best colour scheme in the world, is it?
No, but blue and white does work. It's some of those complementary colours, isn't there?
Yeah.
They are like a... they do kind of work. But this chevron that they've got there, this like downward point towards the groin, if you like, is very different. You know what I mean? Like having an elongated point like that is very different. But yeah, I like it. I think it's pretty well put together. I don't think it's going to be the best shirt. Certainly not the worst shirt. I don't want to get tarnished with just being a run-of-the-mill 6, 7, 8 score kind of guy, but I'm kind of in that region again.
Yeah, I'm me. And I suppose that probably means that they've had consistently decent designs over the years. They don't change it too much, though. Canterbury Bulldogs, it's very, if you say Canterbury Bulldogs, that's what you're going to get in it. You're going to get a shirt like that. They've gone with a slightly more modern V, so it's sort of curved. I like it. It looks good. there's not too much more they could have done with that, I don't think. One thing I would say, we get this a lot in like the Super League. In the Super League, we get a lot more finer details in the background of the shirts. You don't get that as much with the Aussie shirts. It's literally
you definitely don't see
two colours, and that's that. I mean, I know they go a bit all out there on the Indigenous shirts, and if they bring out some of the special shirts every now and then, but the home and away, they tend to keep them pretty classic. So, do you want to score that, or do you want to see the away shirt first?
That's a loaded question if I've ever. No, I'm going to score it. I need to score it in its own right. 7 for me.
Yeah, it's a 7 for me as well. Right, here we go then. The away shirt. It's just another V, but in blue.
Right, okay. All right, I get it now. Yeah, when you said... but it is different.
It is different.
Chevron.
It's more of a classic chevron. But it does nothing for me, that one. I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Do you know what this looks like to me? It's like, right, who's it made by? Right, not sure who it's made by, but it very much looks like, right, here's a load of stock shirts. We do 8 different designs. What colour do you want your shirt to be in? It's like, oh, blue and white. Blue and white. Right, there we go. Finished.
But we said this about an O'Neill's shirt in the Super League.
Is this an O'Neill shirt?
Yeah, so it's an O'Neill's shirt.
Ah, well, there you go then. No effort whatsoever. It's a stock design. They've just stuck a Canterbury Bulldogs blue and white.
Yeah, this looks very much to me like a schoolboy shirt. You know what I mean? Like a certain school shirt where they've not gone balls out and created something high class and so anyway, I'm gonna score this straight away. I think it's a 6. I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with it other than it is just a little bit boring for me. So 6 it is.
It's a 4 from me.
Oh my God, you got another 4.
It is like you say, it's boring. It's a stock design. They haven't even bothered with it. They're just, there you go. What should we do? Oh, let's put logo on it. Yeah, where should we put sponsor? Yeah, they'll put sponsor. Right. What colour is it? Yeah, them 2 colours. That's it. That literally took somebody 5 minutes to knock that out.
Yes,
it did.
But listen, do you think you've got a point there in that because I think the NRL recorded over 700 more than £700 million profit, turnover or whatever in the last 12 months and. Do you think they're just not as desperate for cash? Or some of these clubs might be. They must be sort of in need of cash and they just don't need to rely on shirt sales as much.
Possibly. One thing I would say with the NRL teams is that if you actually go on their club shop and look at all the merchandise that's available, they actually have massive ranges of stuff.
Like from vests. I mean, vests are really... NRL vests in the UK are very popular, aren't they?
Yeah, so. Vests, Canterbury Bulldogs, cork hats, there's just...
Cork hats? You haven't mentioned cork hats yet.
There's just an array of stuff on there, but the shirt designs don't change all that much. So, like when we did our Super League shirt review video, it was like Castleford one year it looked like this, the year after it looked completely different. So, they want to keep the brand identity pretty strong, don't they? But when you're doing a shirt review video, it's a little bit boring.
It's a little bit boring.
Right, yeah. So it's a 4 out of 10 for me. That is
okay. No quarter given there from Mr. Walker. All right, let's crack on then. The next one.
Right, your favourite colour, Craig.
Right.
Up Cronulla, light blue Sharky shirt. Now, one thing you will know, people who've seen Craig out and about, he loves a light blue sweater. So much so that when you spilt coffee down, you light blue sweater last time we were out, and you went to buy another sweater. What colour did you come back with?
Well, I come back with light blue because it's, you stick to your colour, innit? And I see that as a colour I'm comfortable in.
And light green. Lime green.
No, I'm not comfortable in this shirt. I'm not. But I'm rocking it because the Rugby store lashed us up with a new shirt. So more on that in a bit. Right, let's get into this then, Carl. So Cronulla Sharks. Classy, let's go. Right,
they haven't changed it. It's no, they haven't changed it. It's just someone said to me, draw Cronulla shirt without looking at it. That's what I'd draw. It's like a light blue shirt with a bit of a white box in the middle, with a couple of black stripes. They haven't really changed it. It's been that design for years. Doesn't work with a sponsor though, unfortunately. I mean, they've done the best they can with it. Put it in the white box. Unfortunately, with that sponsor being bright red, it kind of breaks the shirt up a little bit. I don't like that.
But it's massive as well.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
massive. I mean, just changing the size, surely. Maybe there's some kind of contractual agreement where it's got to be a certain size.
They love a massive sponsor in the NRL.
Yeah.
They love a That's where we took it from, actually. British shirts used to have really small sponsors on them, didn't they?
Yeah, like a little panel sewn on the front.
Once upon a time. And then I think, it was like the early 90s when we started getting influenced and we started getting a lot of Aussie coaches coming over for the start of Super League. Our shirts started mimicking them a little bit. So we've ended up with massive sponsors now. We're supposed to pay a load of money, so there you go.
Right, I love the sky blue, the light blue. Don't like the red logo, but I'm going to give this an 8 anyway.
I don't know if I can give it an 8 because of that sponsor. But it's a pretty standard design, that is. But it's strong in it. I'm going to give it a 7.5. Yeah. 7.5 for me on the Cronulla home shirt. Yeah, it's a strong colour scheme. It always looks good on the pitch. And it's a strong brand identity. It's
very topical as well. You know, if you think of Sharks, you sort of think of like the sea, and obviously not our sea because it's freaking brown. But
Blackpool.
Well, yeah. But
we're going there.
They'd be like, Blackpool Sharks. It'd be like just brown shirt, like dog shit brown everywhere. But anyway, it is very topical.
Well, FC used to be the Sharks, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, and they had a bluey.
You know, when they merged those two towns that were next to each other, Newcastle and Hull. There's a reason that didn't work, isn't there? Yeah. Right, on to the away kit then. I mean, I don't know what to say about this one other than this is dreadful. It's absolutely dreadful. I'm saying it now, one of the worst shirts in the NRL. And I ain't seen them all yet. One of the worst shirts in the NRL.
Right, I'm going to come back to you in a minute and get your opinion as to why you think it's the worst shirt. Looking at it, it just doesn't seem to be put together that well.
Exactly.
Like, it just looks, I don't know, it's like we'll have a bit of this, we'll have a bit of that, and we'll throw it together and we'll do it in a rush. And you've got to do it whilst you're blindfolded. And then, we're kind of about in the right place. I do wonder whether this is one of those shirts that's going to look good on the pitch, better in person. But for some reason, it just looks odd. It's unbalanced. I'm not sure the white paneling down the bottom. I think this could have even been better if it was the navy blue at the bottom. It may look a bit better, but I'm just not sure. Carl, what about you?
It's black in it.
No, it always looks like
it could be black. It might be monitor's colour. So it's naff. Everything about this is naff. The sponsor, they've just cut the white box out and plonked it on the middle. They could have just got rid of the white box completely and made the logo white. The two V's are different angles. So you got one fat angle V in one angle and it goes right down to the bottom. And it's got, on the arms, it hasn't got V, it's got a hoop. So the whole thing's just an absolute mishmash. It reminds me of one of the Super League shirts we reviewed that. There was something else like that was just a shocker. Yeah, it's a shocker. It's terrible. So like the home shirt's a bit of a classic. They haven't done too much with it, and then for the away they've gone right. Let's design something and come up with this.
It's a 4 from me.
I don't even know if you can score it that high. For you, that's a low score.
It's a low ball score that, but I just think it's odd. It's odd.
Yeah, everything about it's weird. It's 3 from me.
3. Lowest so far.
Shocking design. Yeah, they're just throwing it together.
All right, so Cronulla, not great scores there on your away shirt. However, let's keep moving on.
Right, into the new boys then. The Dolphins, new design this year. Bright red with a gold piping. Screams McDonald's to you, doesn't it, this one? King's logo on it, though. It's in blue logo. It looks pretty smart in the centre. I'm feeling this. I think the Dolphins have got a strong brand here.
That looks to me like a rugby union shirt.
Oof,
somehow. It does. I don't, I just think all the red and everything just very, very dominant. And although it's a bold, it's a bold shirt, bold colouring, it's not really my kind of shirt. I understand some people will love it. I like the balance of the chevron. I think the design itself is pretty good. The logo, although this is a graphic, it's not the actual shirt, doesn't look like it's laid out correctly. It just looks like it's kind of hovering over the image. Maybe that's better in the actual physical shirt and when it's on a person. But I think my real bugbear with this is the incredibly cheap-looking dolphin logo.
You just don't like the dolphin.
No,
I like the dolphin.
No, it doesn't scream like, the Dolphins to me. It's just, other than, it's a dolphin, but there's no relation to the rugby team there, is there?
What do you want it to do? Hold a rugby ball? What do you mean? What?
Well, they're very clever, these Dolphins.
To be fair, the Miami Dolphins American football team.
Yeah, he's got
an NFL hat on, hasn't he? So,
well, this is what I'm saying. It's like, you've got like a stock illustration of a dolphin.
It is.
Whack that on the chest.
Do you know what? It's a stock illustration.
Yeah. So so my point there is, like, if it said Dolphins with some kind of lettering underneath, if there was something else incorporated into the image, but it's literally like, just stick a dolphin in, that'll do. That'll do. Honest to God, that'll do. So,
big pointers from Craig Williams. Then dolphin needs to be holding a rugby ball. I mean, I suppose if you took that logo and you plonked it somewhere in a shopping centre and said, right, what does that represent? Yeah, you're probably right. People aren't going, oh yeah, that's the Dolphins rugby league team. No, it's just you're right. It's just could be advertising Aqualand or something, couldn't it?
Yeah, I just think it's it's just stood there on its own. I've got to admit, I know what it's like to play with the dolphin. I played with you for a while.
It's not stood. It's jumping.
Yeah.
Dolphins don't stand.
Mate, these fucking dolphins are clever. I'm telling you, they use them in Russia to freaking find mines and that. So it could be stood. Right, I've got to move on and get this scoring.
I like it. Right, yeah, I know.
Would you wear that?
Yeah, I'd wear that.
To what? What occasion?
To a rugby match, supporting the Dolphins.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. No, it's good. The gold piping works well with the red. That's what I like. And although it's a bit of a brash logo, the big Kings sign in blue kind of works. It kind of works. The design's not too over the top, but there's enough going on. It's all symmetrical. Looks good. 7 out of 10.
3 out of 10.
Why? Because Dolphins stood up in wrong angle and he ain't holding a rugby ball. What?
Mate, it's my opinion. I would, if I got that right for Christmas, I'd be looking to freaking send it back. I would not ever wear that shirt. And so, in my opinion, I just don't think it's a great shirt.
I better get on the phone to the rugbystore.co.uk then and order you cancel your Christmas present, mate. Right, on to the Dolphins away shirt. By the way, I think Dolphins shirts were...
What the fuck is this?
What's wrong with this?
What the fuck is this? Is this like a bowling shirt? This is like something you'd see on like Kingpin with a bowling shirt in it.
Yeah, with a stood up dolphin on it, yeah.
Oh my God, they put a red border on the dolphin. Okay, now the dolphin's sunburnt now.
Yeah, you're not feeling this one then.
Nah.
Come on, critique it properly. Don't just fucking say it's a
red, black, and gold. Right. My critique is the jet black, the red, the dolphin. Just when I thought they couldn't make it any worse, right? They fucking gave it a tan. You know what I mean? And so double shocking. I just don't like that. It looks like something from a darts competition or a freaking or bowling or something like that. It just isn't a rugby shirt.
It is a dart shirt, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, it's not my cup of tea. This classic brand, is that who's made it? I don't think that's like a shirt make that I've kind of seen before or
no,
or
we certainly don't get it over here, do we, in the UK?
So yeah, I don't know, maybe it's one of them shirts that's ahead of its time and in 10 years time it'll be in fashion, but right now
it's not ahead of its time, mate. It's a shocker. It's an absolute Betty shocker, that is. Right. I'm trying to critique it and try to say something positive about it. I've got nothing positive to say about it. Dolphins, sorry. That's a poor design.
We've got to score it, Cal.
3 out of 10 for me.
3 out of 10.
Yeah. There's some poor efforts here, isn't there?
Mate, I'm going to dish out my first number 2 ever. Number 2. I honestly, I think if somebody rocked up at my house, not alone, not even me.
Delivering a takeaway.
No. I don't eat takeaways. My body's a temple and all that. But no, two things. I wouldn't wear it. You know, if I got sent that, I'd have to lose a serious bet to put that on. And secondly, if someone turned up to my house wearing that, I'm not sure I'd let them in. I'd be like, what the fuck? Have you just come straight from the bowling alley? You know what I mean? What are you playing at? Where's your little fucking slippy shoes and all that? Because that is a shocker. And I don't think I could stop obsessing over it all night. Maybe that's what they've done. Lee Leopards in the UK, they turned out the leopard print with the red eyes on the nipples, and it got everyone talking. Maybe they're trolling us here with this shirt. I don't know, but it's just
they
do you know it looks like a packet of cigarettes, like a cigarette packet.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, it does look like a packet of cigarettes.
Anyway, I'm getting a bit of a rant going here, which you might enjoy, you might not, but I think it might be time to move on.
Time to move on. Dolphins in the bin. Shockers all
what
around.
What did you say? Number 3? Or?
Yeah, 3 from me.
And I said a 2, first ever 2.
Do you know what, as well, though? We're clearly not... We're in the minority, because I know Dolphin shirts were the best-selling shirts last year.
Yeah.
I mean, the home shirt was better last year.
Some people can pull off red. I can't. You know.
You can't pull off green either.
I can't pull off many things.
Right, on to St. George Illawarra Dragons.
You can pull off a dolphin, is that what you're saying? Right, let's get into this one.
Right, the Dragons. You know what you're going to get with the Dragons, a V. It's a shirt that hasn't changed. They've been knocking this out for years. It's the classic St. George shirt. I think it's exactly the same as last year's as well.
Another classic shirt. Literally, mate, another classic shirt.
Right, but when we reviewed St. Helens' shirt, you absolutely went to town on it and said it was crap. You said it looked cheap. I mean, that was partly due to the sponsor on there, but it's no different.
Yeah, I know.
Well, not really, but I'm going to say this. It appears to work better on St. George.
I don't think so.
There's not a whole lot of effort going in, is there? Do you know what this shirt needs? They keep the red V and keep the design very similar to what it is, but just need some detailing going on in the background, like a very faint detail on the V or on the white, or some sort of modernisation. Yeah, keep traditional but with a modern twist. There's not much you can say about it.
Have you ever seen those like kids driving around in the modified cars? And they don't really know what they're doing. They just slap an exhaust on, and then they have some big stickers on the side. You know what I mean? They have the name, Shell and
Craig Williams Racing.
And you're just like, that looks like a poor man's race car, like a rally car. This is a similar kind of thing. And there's just like bolted bits on. The blue logos on the sleeves, the red...
Which are
the
massive,
red
by the way.
Huge, massive. And
it's kind of almost made the sleeves blue. It's that big.
Yeah. Yeah, I've not got a lot of love for this, other than, it is a classic St. George Dragons shirt. So, with that comes a bit of prestige, but yeah, more effort required in my opinion.
Yeah, this is one of them where we're like saying stuff about it, and they're like, the St. George fans are getting like mega irate. It's like, it's a classic St. George shirt. How can you not like that?
Yeah.
But if you have the same shirt every bloody year, don't you get fed up of it? I'd get fed up of it.
Well, yeah, it's like that. That's why we have this thing called fashion, isn't it? You know what I mean? And things come in and out of fashion. Like these shirts would have been brilliant, like in the 90s, perhaps. But I'm not sure they'd fit in the 90s in the UK. So they certainly don't fit in now. Do you know what I mean? So it's a bit like, when you go on holiday and like, everyone's wearing... I remember I went to America when I was like, what was I, about 14 or whatever, and everyone was wearing these Converse trainers. Now, Converse went out in the UK in like the 60s or 70s or whatever it was, but everybody's wearing Converse again in America, and I was like, what the fuck they do it? It's just odd. And then after 12 to 18 months, Converse started to come in the UK, and people started to wear them, and this is what it's like. There's a disconnect between the NRL and the UK. So, but yeah, anyway, yeah, I think you're right. Some other little graphics, those little bits of, added je ne sais quoi, would just break the shirt up and make it look a little bit better.
I think if you go for a classic design like this on your home shirt, then I think maybe you got to push the boat a little bit on your away shirt, haven't you?
Your liners up
Just
here.
teeing it up here.
Right, okay, let's score it, Carl. What we're saying?
I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It's a classic St George shirt.
6 for me.
I mean, the logo's all, I just thought the massive logos on the arms look bloody awful.
Yeah, it's a 6 from me. So,
I think overall, mate, so far, the NRL shirts.
Oh, this is what we need to do, innit? We need to do like a head-to-head.
Yeah, rate off.
Yeah, so the top and worst.
Super League versus the NRL.
Yeah, top and bottom shirt, and then rate those two. Like do a big comparison and see who's the ultimate winner. Little playoffs, yeah. Right, okay.
Right, on to the St George away shirt then. And they have gone different on this. However, straight off the top, the stock catalogue again, it's just...
Mate, are we in Eastern Europe or something? Have we just sort of slipped into like the Sunday football league of the Eastern Europe, like Serbia versus Montenegro or something? Like this, just what is this?
It's just... Oh man, we ain't making no friends here. Big time.
Is this a joke? Are we getting trolled? Mate, have you just plucked these out of Canva? There's like free designs.
No, I swear to God, St George are going to be rocking up in that shirt.
They're not.
Year.
They can't. Surely you. Ow, why?
Yeah, It's poor, innit, that? Really poor. Plain red, couple of white stripes, those massive blue sponsors on the arm. Yeah,
just a red stripes around like the waist and that.
Do you know
if don't balance it out, does it?
Do you know if like you had like a League One or a Championship team knocking that out in the UK, you go, yeah, kind of get it, budgets and all that. We're like talking multi-million pound professional sports organisations.
Shall I tell you one move you could make there to instantly improve that shirt? Move those stripes from the waist up in line with the club badge and the NRL badge. Yep. So that you've got some like balance, some symmetry to it. Make it top heavy. At the minute, it's like, like kind of bottom heavy. And I think it would also flow then with the stripes above the main sponsor. The shirt would just flow better. The blue sponsors, I don't know, they've obviously gone bold, right? So they've gone, look, we're going to pay you a decent amount for your sponsorship, but you can't fucking change it. It needs to be massive. I want to be able to see it from the top fucking chair in the stadium, right? And they've gone, yeah, no problem, and they won't budge on it now. So,
yeah, them sponsors on their arms are ridiculous. I mean, the more I look at them, the more it makes me laugh. They're ridiculous. I mean, you can't even see the design. It's like the brief to the designer was, right, when they went to St George, right, we want this shirt, but all our sponsors are going to be fucking massive, right? So it don't really matter what you design because we're not going to see it because we're just going to put sponsors all over it.
Cover it. Yeah.
And the head designer went, oh, all right, then here's a stock design, couple of stripes, yep, done, finished. Shocking, terrible shirt. No details in the background. It's just awful.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. Right, I'm going to go straight into scoring this. I'm going to give this a 3. I don't think it's as bad as the last freaking bowling ball thing, but for me, this is a 3. You?
Yeah, 3 out of 10.
3. Both agreed on that one.
Yeah, I agree with you, mate. It's a shocker, that is. Right, on to Gold Coast Titans. Now, one team, I'm going to put this out there straight away. A team I don't think's got a very strong brand. They changed the designs quite a lot over the years. Why are you laughing? It just come up on screen, hasn't it? Right.
Do you know what this is like? This is like, Windows XP when you have that opening screen. That's what it's like. It's like you fire up your 1990s computer for the first time. And this thing comes on the screen. This is just like full on Tron, freaking 70s science fiction. It is just odd.
No. There's one thing that kills this. There's one
you
thing
are
that kills
fucking
this.
stitching me up here. These are not the actual shirts. They are not. You are making this up.
100% this is the home shirt for this year. There's one thing that kills this shirt. Kills it dead. It's that bloody sponsor in the middle. It's absolutely massive.
I don't know how you deal with that.
It's every colour under the sun. Yeah. I suppose if your branding's light blue, it's never going to work. It don't matter what you do to this shirt design. It's never going to work. But, right, if you actually at least have put some effort into this, at least there's some detailing going on.
I don't like the detail, though.
The background of the shirt is the logo, and it's the Titans logo.
Yeah,
so I don't mind that. I don't think it's the best shirt in the world. But if you had like a black and white logo or something on that, I think it'd look a lot better, a hell of a lot better.
I think you drop the Titan logo in the back. What is the slits on the helmet, right? I think that just, it's in the wrong place. It just makes it look cheap. I think you just break it up with like some kind of geometrical accents and graphics on there, and instantly the shirt will look a bit better. They have been hamstrung with that logo. I don't know how you deal with that. I struggle to kind of come up with a suggestion for them. Maybe drop the big colourful ball to the O of the office, but then you're changing someone's logo.
You can't change someone's logo, mate. You can't change someone's logo.
Well, I don't know what you do with it then, because...
But it's like Saints in the UK, ain't it, with the Home Bargains logo. They pay a lot of money. There's nothing you can do with it. But as a shirt design, it kills that shirt, because it looks like the Titans got a funny nose on. Don't it? It's like Red Nose Day.
Other than that, I love the colour scheme in the background.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
So much promise.
But
on
when
this
you
shirt.
first look at it, it just looks cheap and naff. When you actually start paying attention to the design's
effort gone in.
Yeah, the design's actually pretty good. It's just the logo kills it dead. Yeah, and there's no way around that.
No, I kind of agree and I kind of don't. I can't get around the slots. Do you know what I mean? Like the on the nipples. Do you know what I mean? I just can't.
It's the helmet, isn't it? It's the visor on the helmet.
And I know what it is, but I don't know. I just don't like where they are. And I love the idea they've integrated it. Well, and this is what I'm saying, or change the colour of them or something. But I respect the fact that they've gone out and they've integrated the logo, on the background to give it like more of that little bit of extra that we said, those little bits of graphic that really make a shirt. But this is the one case where I just don't think that kind of works. One thing I do like though is that I think it's gold piping on the sleeves. I think that works quite well, as does the sponsors on the shoulder panels there. They've took the AVS right up there against the collar. I think that's a good move, because that would have really clashed if they'd have brought that down to what, in the middle of the NRL badge and the Titans badge. So I don't think it's a shocker. I want to reward the effort they've put into making more of a graphic shirt, and I want to give this one a 6 from me.
I'm going to give it a 6 as well. That if they didn't have to work with that sponsor, it'd probably be a 7.
Yeah,
but you can't do much with that sponsor.
So should we handicap it then if there's nothing they can do with the sponsor? No, not really, because they should make an effort to
get a different sponsor. we don't want your money. You've got a shit logo, so we're
have a nightmare with that.
Yeah.
No.
So like if Kings, flipping, if the Dolphins were like, right, go to McDonald's because that logo fits in with our shirt.
No, but what they need to do is make a shirt that complements the logo, works with it, don't they?
Oh, what are they going to design for that? A multicoloured clown shirt. There's nothing goes with that logo. Certainly not light blue, because it just gets overpowered.
Do you know what I do there? Right, this kind of goes against what we said for the other shirts. A solid colour, a solid black, a solid blue, a solid white. Because you've got a logo that is so prominent, you've got to dull everything down. And I think that's what I've been trying to say. On this one occasion, those extra things just makes it too busy and just muddies the water a bit. And with a logo, I'm thinking last year's London shirt, right? Black, predominantly black, you'd get away with that logo because that would become the feature of the shirt.
Maybe.
The everlasting gobstopper in the middle. Anyway, we've got, what did you say, Cal?
6. Yeah, 6. Anyway, we've got to do the away shirt yet.
Here we go.
So, what are you making of this?
This kind of proves my point a little bit in that, just one solid block.
It's actually
let
better,
the logo do the talking.
Yeah,
and this is what they've done. Now, notice the gradient sky blue from sort of mid-chest all the way down to the bottom. It's got a gradient there. And it's all small stripes. It's tiny little stripes. This is the kind of thing that we're talking about with these extra little graphics that make a huge difference. The gold banding across the middle, not sure about that, but I understand they've tried to break up, the blue to the white. The NRL badge looks like an afterthought where they've coloured it blue. That doesn't work for me. It would have been better.
No.
With a white background.
It couldn't be white because you want to see it.
No.
It's a white logo.
No, white background with a blue.
Then you won't see it because it's on the blue.
No, because it'd have a white background, you freaking dumped it.
But if you put the white logo on the white, you can't see it. If you put the blue logo on the blue, you can't see it. So they've had to put a box around it.
No. What I'm saying is make the background of the logo
logo's
white.
Great again.
Yeah. Make the background of the logo white, right? So on the blue you can see it.
But then you wouldn't be able to see it at the top.
No, of course you would, because they'll make the logo light blue.
No, because then you won't be able to see the light.
You would, because the background's white. Mate, this is not rocket science.
No, because
we're not splitting the atom here. You know what I mean? It's just two colours, Carl.
You're talking shit here, right?
No, I'm not.
You are.
Why am I?
Because either way that you do it, you end up with a box around the logo.
Yeah, I know. But
right, forget that. It looks all right.
It doesn't look all right. It looks like an afterthought.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
Well, we disagree.
They've had to do that, right? I like the design. Let's just imagine the lotteryoffice.com.au isn't on there for a second. The shirt design I think, is pretty classy. It's nice and bright. It's in their colour scheme. I like the white banding at the top with the gold line going through the back of the logos. Everything's centred really well. And then they've just got that awful logo to deal with in the middle. Look, apart from, it does look better than the home shirt though. Like you said, because the sponsor logo is like the centerpiece in it, and it's absolutely massive. Do they need to be that big?
I don't know, mate.
Do you know when you've got a shirt that's that plain, there's nothing else going on design wise, the logo doesn't need to be that big. It's going to stand out no matter how big it is.
Yeah.
So I'm marking them down a point for that. Logo's too big, but I like the design. I think the design's good.
Okay. So what are you scoring it?
7 out of 10.
Yeah. I would give this an 8 if it weren't for the NRL badge. I've already spoke at length about that. You don't understand because you're
you're talking.
So crap. I'm going to give it a 7 because of that. 7's all round.
Right, 7's all round for Gold Coast Titans then. Right, on to a classic then. Manly.
Yep.
The Sea Eagles. I mean, I can't really remember many different Manly shirts. Classic design. They had the same one last year. I mean, they did change the logo a few years ago, which I'm not a big fan of. I think the Eagles, bit naff. Huge sponsor again, right down the middle, which kind of detracts from the kit a little bit, but it's a classic design and it looks nice. I like it.
Yeah, I agree. Again, it's not a colour that I'd want to wear, but in terms of like balance, integration of the logos, how they've dealt with the logo, they've kind of they've said, right, I think we've got a very different colour scheme on our logo. What can we do? And they've framed it with these double lines,
yeah.
These parallel lines. They've got a top and bottom. They've also squeezed an extra little sponsor in there just under the neck. So all in all, I think it's a well-balanced shirt. Very screams Manly.
Yeah, of course
So hats off for that. See how they've dealt with the NRL badge. Much better, much more integrated. So yeah, not setting the world on fire, but certainly a well put together shirt.
I always like Manly shirts for one reason. My first ever kit when I started playing rugby, I used to play for Whipsy in Bradford in the UK, and we took the Manly design, and that became our colours.
Oh,
so,
right.
like my first ever kit, I've got, all through my junior playing days, that's the kit we used to wear.
What was the first ever sort of overseas? I'll say NRL, but overseas shirt that you bought and wore.
I think it were a Manly shirt.
Was it?
Yeah. Oh, because our team used to play in that kit. When you could start getting NRL shirts over here, I think my dad got me a Manly shirt. Yeah, I used to love Alfie Langer, so that's that. I
had a match worn. This was the first shirt I got given, right, and a match worn Western Suburbs shirt.
All right.
Yeah, and I wish I still had it now. But I used to wear it to training all the time, and then as you get older, you sort of dawns and you're like, hang on, this was a match worn shirt. I'm just getting it ripped off me in training. But
I did have a Balmain Tigers shirt as well.
You?
Yeah, I wish I still had that because that was a proper classic design, thick cotton shirt. Anyway, back to Manly, right? Yeah, it's one of them where the colour scheme works and it's a classic design. But if I'm being a bit harsh, because like we have with some of the other teams, they haven't really changed anything. I think they could do with modernising it a little bit. I don't think it'd do any harm to keep those same hoops, but put a bit of a modern gradient in the background on the hoops or either on the background of the kit. And I think it'd look nice. So yeah, it's a decent shirt. Sponsors, it is what it is, and it doesn't do anything for the kit.
I think something that might modernise this is if they had a very faint, transparent eagle pattern in the background, just like very faint. You know what I mean? Just like a little highlight.
Controversial.
May just break it up a little bit and just give it just that little bit of a like less of a block, less blocks of colour, big like blocky design like that. So anyway, I'm happy to score this. I want to give this a solid 7. Thinking it's well balanced, well put together, all the points that I've said, and it's not the best kit. I don't think it's going to be the best today, but
no, it's not the best kit, but it's not terrible. It's classic Manly. I mean, no, I like it. I'm going to give it. I'm actually going to 7.5 out of 10 for that. It's nearly an 8. Right, onto the Manly away shirt then. I don't think this has changed from 2024 either. I think it's just the same design. It's the same thing. It's a classic Manly shirt. If you asked me to draw you an away Manly shirt, I'd draw you something like that. I think that is what you expect. It's got the new Manly modern logo on it. I mean, it's not that new. They've had it for quite a few years now, but it is where it is. The sponsor, I think it works a little bit better on the full white at the bottom half of the shirt. What are your thoughts?
Completely agree with everything you've said. I think it's a really well put together shirt, despite the colour, which I've mentioned already is not really my kind of thing. But the Manly badge, I think it's been integrated it really well, and I think this is probably the best shirt I've seen so far.
All right, he's scoring it higher.
Same. Yeah, no, I think it's a real good, classy shirt.
Again, it's a little bit stock designy for me. I do think they've been a little bit lazy. They probably could have done with something more with it. But it's decent. Yeah, I mean, they've got big sponsors on the arms, but at least they're just in the kit colours, so it doesn't overpower anything. Like I said before, the central logo works a lot better. I'm going to score it exactly the same. I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, about 8 for me. This is an 8
All
for
right,
me.
okay, good. A point up on the Manly shirt then.
Yeah, fair play.
Right. If you want to go bold and bright, look no further than the Melbourne Storm, because they always have a proper out there kit, don't they? I mean, whenever I think of Melbourne Storm, I just think of like Billy Slater, Gareth Widdop, classic players. I like it. It's. I mean, the colour scheme's the colour scheme, but I think that it works. The purple works really well with the navy blue. The sponsor is all in white. Thank God someone's finally managed to crack it. It does look a little bit like a 7 shirt, and their brand identity probably ain't as strong as some other teams have been around a lot more years than those, than Melbourne. But it's all right.
No, I really like it. I like the way they've integrated all those logos. And this is what I'm talking about with the added little extras. So Melbourne Storm, obviously they thought about it and they put lightning strikes on the obliques. Right. And I just think that's a great touch because, it's just like a yellow wavy line. However, it brings the shirt together, the design with the club name, you know what I mean? Just with the graphic, and sometimes graphic can do that. So, fair play to that. I love the very subtle Suzuki badge in the middle of the chest. It is a very balanced logo, and just how they've centralised it like that works really well. Interesting thing for me though, this is an O'Neill shirt. Now I have traditionally slagged off O'Neill shirts, but they've cracked it with this one. I really like it. The yellow banding really breaks up the purple, like the navy at the bottom and the purple at the top. I think it's the best shirt we've seen so far. I'm going to go straight in and give this an 8.5.
Oh, nearly a 9 out of 10.
Almost a 9, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's strong. I think I like the fact that the purple at the top, and they've put a detailed pattern into the background, which we've been going on about all the way through this shirt review. They've modernised it a little bit. I mean, like I say, Melbourne are a team that haven't been around as long, so they've traditionally had a more modernised kit, haven't they? They haven't got the traditional hoops at Manly or the South Sydney Rabbitohs or anything they've got. So it's good. I think the yellow lightning strike on it works well. I like everything about it. Integrated logos, boom, it's good. 8 out of 10. Right, we're about halfway through now, and this is Melbourne's away kit. Funnily enough, I'm not feeling it. Although it's a very, very similar design, I think just putting the white on there instead of the dark navy doesn't work as well. But I think the design's okay, but the colour scheme don't quite work as well.
Do you know what this screams to me? Like F1 paddock shirt type design.
Yeah.
In a weird kind of way, which is fine. You can still have good designs from other sports, but that's what it looks like to me. I like the banding on the purple bit at the top. All the same things that I said about the logos at the top of the shirt still remain. I like the fact that they've gone with the red Z. They've actually put the red Z on there. So, to kind of break that up a little bit. I do wonder whether it'd look better if it was all the one colour. But, staying true to the actual logo itself. Slightly longer sponsors on the arms as well, from shoulder almost down to the cuff, which they did have the other one, but they've
flipped them on the side, haven't they? So they're coming down the arm rather than going across the arm.
Yeah, they're like vertical rather than horizontal, and maybe it's because it's too long. It's too big a thing to have on there on as a.
Well, if you think about it, if you're a photographer and you're taking photographs of players running with the ball, if the sponsor goes down the arm, you're more likely to get a clearer photograph of it. So instead of going down the route of having the massive blue sponsor or whatever on their arm, they've just gone with it down the side. It's smaller, but it works. I like that. You pulled a bit of detail out there, Craig. Well done, mate.
Oh, thanks. I'm ready to score this. I think it's I tell you one thing there though. That's a big collar, isn't it? Like a big band around the collar there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You think it takes away from the look of the shirt?
No,
or not really?
I think it's just a digital image in it rather than anything. I'd be interested to see what this actually looks like on the pitch in person when they're playing in it. But 7 out of 10 for me.
8 out of 10 for me. I don't think it's as good as the home shirt, but still a really nice shirt. Good effort, Melbourne. If you need our, if you needed our verification or whatever, good effort.
Right, New Zealand Warriors, a team that traditionally have pretty crazy kits, often a Maori pattern in there. This is I think it could well be the same as last year's, this one.
Yeah, it looks very similar.
Yeah, I think it's the exact same shirt as last year. But this is a throwback to it's not a throwback. The very early days when Super League and the NRL broke off.
Yeah.
And a lot of the teams had this style, didn't they? This design. And it screams sort of Aussie early 90s shirts to me. But I like it. I really like it. In fact, I really, 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 really like it.
Do you?
Really, really like it.
God's sake. But I don't. This splits us, Cal. I don't like it.
Why?
Because, I don't like the overall colour scheme of it. The big bullseye in the middle, I'm not sure about that. Well, and this is what I was told, just as an example, like the tribal pattern behind. It does modernise the shirt. You could probably look at the old one and it probably doesn't have that. However, on this one it does, and it just modernising it a little bit. So it's the colour scheme that lets it down for me.
You don't let it down. It's the colour scheme. It's classic.
It's my opinion. No, it's my opinion. I can have my opinion, Cal. You don't have to fucking bully me because we disagree.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I completely disagree. There's just one thing that kills this shirt.
Colour scheme.
No, it's not the colour scheme. The colour scheme's great. The design's great. It's modern but classic. I like the detailing in the background. The Warriors logo is the best logo in rugby league. Period. No arguing with that. But that bloody sponsor in the middle of that kills it. I mean, it used to be so much better when it were like, I think they had Vodafone, didn't they? They called them Vodafone Warriors for a time. It was so much better. And that, I question what even is that logo. It's a telecoms company, is it?
Yeah, it must be, yeah.
Shocking. I mean, it represents nothing, that. I'm critiquing the logo now rather than the flipping shirt. The shirt's class. I love the shirt. I like it so much I want one.
Score it.
But I just don't like the bloody sponsor in the middle. It's a 9 out of 10. It'd be getting a 10 if it had a different sponsor.
9 out of 10?
Yeah.
Are we looking at a different shirt here?
No.
Mate, that is a low to mid table.
Hang on. I'm entitled to my own opinion, Craig.
Correct, you are. In my opinion, I'm going to give it a 6.5 to avoid the 7 from me. What do you give it, a 9?
Yeah, 9 out of 10.
Jesus, that's potentially the best shirt in the NRL.
Yeah, I love it. It's just the sponsor.
Right, hang on, mate. I've got my glasses here for you somewhere. Hang on. Right, let's move on.
How
then.
come you haven't got your glasses on anyway? You used to usually wear them on sideways.
I can't find them. Can't find them. They weren't sideways anyway. They're slightly bent where I sat on them.
Right, New Zealand Warriors away shirt. Same colour scheme, but a lot more white on it. What are you saying? I'm going to let you go first.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, I don't like it. I base all these things on like, will I put it on and would I wear it? And I wouldn't wear this. It's just too much for me. Like the big blue stripes, the green, like a jadey colour on this screen. The red. It's just too much. I just wouldn't wear it. So yeah, it's not. I don't think it's terrible, and I can see the effort that's gone into with the tribal patterns. I love that. Absolutely love it. Love what they've done with the NRL logo. I agree with you with the Warriors logo and everything else on there. It's just not something I would wear, and therefore I can't really score it that high.
I'm not as big a fan as I am as the home shirt. I thought the home shirt was class. This is more of a traditional style kit, but yeah, all the things that we keep saying is like, put a bit of detailing in the background. Yeah, they've got the traditional patterns in the background. They've worked with everything they've got.
Yeah,
I think it's a middle of the road shirt. I think it's not too bad. Screams rugby league. 8 out of 10.
7 for me. So good, getting these scores in. Right, moving on to the next one.
Right, we've got a third shirt for the Warriors.
All right.
Right, here we go. New Zealand Warriors third shirt. They always bring one shirt out like this every year. Bit crazy, full of Maori patterns. Boom. You stayed silent, Craig. What you say? Come on.
Yeah.
Speak, man.
A couple of things. I mean, I love it. I love the effort they've got into. This is a shirt exactly that we're talking about. You get given your logo, right? You've got your main sponsor, and you've got to integrate that into a shirt and balance it out.
Yeah.
So what they've done is they've taken the pastel colours of the 1.NZ logo, and then they've used that to influence the shirt by the looks of it, right? And I think they've done a good job of it. It's very, very striking. I'm not sure I would get away with it. You'd have to be pretty
Tanned
and secure in your own sexuality to wear a shirt like that. But the left-hand tribal band, I'm sure it's something that's very traditional and has a meaning to it, but it unbalances the shirt for me, especially because the sort of reddy orange pastel colour is loaded on that side as well.
No, I love it. Right.
I know you love it.
Right. That makes the shirt. That makes this shirt. I think
the one band.
I think it's cool. I think it's really cool. There'll be a meaning towards that I know they will. Do that. I hope people stick it in the comments. Actually, please, if you
understand what it is.
Yeah. I love the design. It's out there. It looks a bit like a Sevens shirt. I mean, I think I'd look great wearing that on the beach in Blackpool.
Yeah, no,
in my budgies.
I agree, and it's got a very much like an Iron Man type feel to it. With this central logo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like whatever that thing is that the Iron Man has in the,
I suppose,
in the centre.
It's a shocking logo to have to work with, but
they've done it.
They've worked it because all the design goes towards the logo, doesn't it, in the middle?
And you're right in what you're saying, and if you've got someone like an Indigenous player that has got darker skin, this is going to look tremendous. With my paley skin, you know what I mean? I'm not sure. But this is going to look tremendous on the pitch. I think this is a very, very smart, well put together shirt. And although it was not something I'd be pulling out of the wardrobe to put on myself.
Opted for the Canberra shirt.
This is going to be a very popular shirt, and hats off for the effort that's gone into it.
I may even come back from Vegas with one of these.
I'm sure you will,
no,
mate.
I won't be able to afford it. I've seen the price of the Aussie shirts.
Yeah, how does it compare to like a UK, like a top UK shirt?
If just the price alone, before you even put shipping fees on, they're about between 85 and 90 quid.
But I think most things are more expensive in Oz, aren't they? And I think salaries reflect that a little bit. So, I don't know. But it's certainly a lot more. It's about 35, 40% more expensive than a British shirt.
UK shirts, what we're about 50 quidish mark out with these days. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe a little bit less, depending on who you support. But yeah, so they do cost a lot more. But anyway, let's get back to this shirt. I love it. It looks great, especially in the sunshine, especially if you've got tan skin.
Yeah.
Not people with no eyebrows like you.
I wouldn't get away with it. I wouldn't get away with this. So,
right, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Locking it in, 9 out of 10.
And
it's going to be one of the best shirts of the year.
Like I said, although it's not something I'd think I'd get away with, I completely agree. I think it's a really well put together shirt, 9 as well.
Yes, go on. The Warriors. Up the wires. Right, here we go. Newcastle Knights. You know what you're going to get with a Newcastle Knights shirt every year. A blue and red shirt with a nice design with that massive bloody green logo right bang slap in the middle of it, which they've had for years and they just can't escape it. And it's absolutely huge. Once again, there you go. No, nothing to say.
Yeah, no,
it just overpowers the shirt, doesn't it? It just kills it dead.
Yeah, it does. But I mean, I don't want to keep knocking everyone's leading sponsor and all this kind of thing. But I mean, this screams NRL shirt. You know what I mean? It's one of those that just, like you said, it's just very typical of an NRL shirt. Another one of these classic shirts by the look of it. I don't think it's particularly bad. I don't think it's certainly not the best shirt out there.
It's strong branding, isn't it? Newcastle,
very strong,
Newcastle
very strong,
got strong branding. They stick with a very traditional style kit. The V looks good. I think it looks bulky up top. Like I say, we keep mentioning it, don't we, the size of the logos, but Newcastle's every year it just has this massive logo right bang slap in the middle of it, and the logos on the arms are bloody huge as well. Absolutely obsessed with the massive logos. Killing some of these shirts because some of these designs are actually really good. I think this shirt is a really good design. I think the colour scheme works pretty well. It's exactly what you'd expect from Newcastle, but the sponsor's massive.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to straight out with this one. This is a 6.5 for me. I don't think it's terrible.
Right, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Right, on to Newcastle's away shirt then. Again, exactly what you'd expect from a Newcastle away shirt. This, they've gone with a dark blue at the top, actually. I like it. It's more predominantly white. It's a decent design, and it's exactly the same as what I've said with the home shirt. It just screams Newcastle Knights. I think they need to be a little bit more inventive, though, now, because they haven't really moved away from this design for years. I think it's time to do something different. So, although I like the home shirt, the away shirt's all right, but it's time to modernise, I think. Time to do something a little bit different.
Yeah, I completely agree with all the points that you've made, and I don't know how you would go about improving this or changing the look of this. It's got a very UJ look to it, Union flag look to it. So again, it's not something that I'd want to be wearing and pulling out the shirt and think, you know what, this is ideal for today's job interview or whatever. So yeah, I mean, I'm just going to stick with them a 6.5 because I haven't got a great deal more to say.
Yeah, I ain't got much more to say. Same shirt as last year as well, so they haven't come up with anything new. They need to do something now. They need to put some patterns in the background. They need to modernise it. They need to go with a slightly different design. 6.5 out of 10.
Okay, we agree. Doesn't happen often, but it's just happened. So mark that down in the diary.
Right, North Queensland Cowboys. You'll notice, first thing you'll notice, well, you may not notice, Craig, but this is a retro vintage shirt. 30 years of the North Queensland Cowboys, so 30 years since their inception. And this is the same design as their first ever season, or very, very similar. They've had the Toyota sponsor for as long as I can remember. They've had it for years, haven't they, Toyota sponsor? Screams Jonathan Thurston. I like this kit. I really like this kit. It's just, there's something about it. The sponsor works on it really well. The colour scheme is decent. Feels slightly vintage, but with a slight modern twist to it. Yeah, it's good. Good shirt.
No, I agree with all those points. My one critique, and I love this shirt. I do love it.
Yeah.
My one critique is the 30 badge. Now, I just think the placement is wrong.
Hey, it's on the chest, man.
No, I think it just needs to come down like a centimetre to make it level with it. Honestly, I know I'm nitpicking now. Bring it down level with the writing on the NRL badge, right, where it says the Premiership and all that. Just bring it down. It's just slightly too elevated for me. And I also wonder whether it's just a little bit too cartoony and not classy enough for this shirt. I know that people are going to look back on this shirt in 10 years' time and go, oh, this is a 30-year anniversary shirt.
Yeah.
You know, and that's brilliant. I love the way that they've changed that. But it's just the edge has just been taken off from what would be, and I'll put the word out right now, a strong 9.5. You know, but that 30-year logo just changes a little bit. Other than that, I think it's a cracking shirt.
Yeah, I've said all I was going to say about it. If you ever wanted a sponsor on the Middle East shirt, the Toyota badge is the one you want in it, because you can just do so much with it. Again, it's absolutely massive, but that's just the theme that we've got running through this episode.
But they have gone for, strangely, like the white background on the Toyota, the block around it, and you know they perhaps could have just made it a transparent background and, you know, add that light blue gradient just running
all the
it.
way through it. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, valid points, but I think it works well. Right, we'll go on to the away shirt.
Oh, have we scored that?
Yeah. Oh, no, we haven't scored it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm straight out going for a 9 on that. I think it's a great shirt.
I don't think it's quite a 9. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.
Right.
But it's a very strong design. So on to the away shirt. Exactly the same design, just the colours reversed. Funnily, I'm going to say this, it don't work as well.
No, I don't.
I think it's the blocky part by the side of the Toyota logo. Because they've had to keep the white patch around it. It screams that they've rushed it a little bit. But like I say, it's a throwback shirt, is this? So yeah, it's very much like their original shirt. So it's not quite as good, but it's not quite as good as the home shirt.
I think this is going to look great on the pitch. I think as a graphic now on the screen,
Agreed.
It doesn't quite work because it's too blue heavy down the bottom. And I think by the time you've got the shorts in there and the natural breakup of the player's profile, it's going to look much better on the pitch, much better in person, if you like. So in that regard, you know, if we just mark it on how we're seeing it right now, I'm going to drop it down to an 8 because of this big block of blue down the bottom and the way that they've dealt with the Toyota logo on this one with the blue block behind it. I think same again, transparent background. It'd just look really, really classy. But you wouldn't have been able to get away with the white. Yeah, same go. Drop it down to an 8 for me.
8 out of 10 for me as well. I agree with you.
Perfect.
Right. Now, here we go. A team's kit that I bloody love. I've liked most of their shirts throughout the years. The Parramatta Eels. Here we go. Boom. And once again, they haven't let me down. What a shirt that is. I mean, I may well have designed a shirt not so long ago, Craig, and it may well have resembled a Parramatta shirt just a little bit.
Yeah.
You may remember it.
I do remember it. With green stripes in the middle.
That's an in-joke, isn't it? Nobody else knows what. Yeah, here we go. Parramatta Eels. Love it. I love it. Everything about this shirt is class. The Hardy logo in the middle, just white. The patterns on the stripes going across the amber. Look, they've got like some detailing in there, some detailing in the background. What a shirt that is. I absolutely love it.
No, I completely agree with everything that you've said. What I look at this is like you've almost got these like snake skin stripes through the middle, And it really complements the actual badge.
The eel.
Yeah, the eel, from the... from the club logo, and I think they're blessed in that they've got this round club badge.
Yeah, it's
just
quality crest.
Yeah, it just helps them put the design together really, really well. I think the ATS, right, smart. They could have run the risk of having that too big, but I think they've just nailed the size right. I love the difference in the more navy blue at the top and the slightly lighter blue down the bottom. The gold piping on the sleeves, I think, is a classy shirt. I am worried that the collar with going down to the point is a little bit too big, but it's a minor detail. Great shirt. 9 points.
First of all, I think this is the first Macron shirt that we've had.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think so. And you made a really good point. The logos aren't as big on they've dulled them all down a little bit.
No, they certainly seem to have, yeah.
Yeah, this is a class shirt. I'm sticking a 9.5 out of 10 on this one. Parramatta Eels. I always like their shirts anyway.
Yeah.
And I used to like the classic where it was like blue at the top with the white lines in the middle and the amber down the bottom. But they've gone with something different and they've still absolutely smashed it out of the park. What a great shirt that is. Yeah, 9.5 out of 10 for me. And they haven't disappointed on the away shirt. Pretty much the same design, or very similar anyway, although the hoops are more of a traditional, just standard blue. Again, all the logos, just placement is perfect. I love the colour. Again, I would look great in that on Blackpool Beach. Classy. Love it. Love the colour scheme. I mean, they're blessed with a great colour scheme. Don't know what else to say about it. One of the best shirts in the NRL, if not the best shirt in the NRL.
No, I don't think it's the best. I love, this is in the right keeping of this is in the right keeping of an away shirt, and they've kind of inverted the main colours and and then just added some other colours there just to highlight stuff. So I think it works incredibly well. The one thing that really lets me down, I mean, yellow's never going to be a colour that I pick out to wear, but the one thing that lets me down is, again, the background of the NRL badge. It just seems to be like a different yellow.
Do you know what I think it is? I think it's embroidered on.
Right.
And I think that's why it shows up a little bit. But
I can only mark it on this graphic, Carter, and I think it just sort of, it's not as integrated as it could be. If it's embroidered on, brilliant, because it screams premium. But it just, in this graphic, just takes the edge there. This is going to look amazing on the pitch. Amazing against any team in the NRL.
I agree.
My only thing for me is I mark it on whether I'd pull it on and wear it, and I don't think I would. So for that reason, I'm going to give it an 8.5. I think it's a great shirt, but I just wouldn't wear it. You?
Right, for me, this is the best shirt in the NRL, if not the best shirt in the NRL, and I'm giving that a 10 out of 10. I don't think you can improve on it. I think it's
of course you can.
Perfect.
Of course you can improve.
You can't improve on that.
What about the stripes? They just stop under the armpits.
No. It's got a side panel on it.
Right.
Come on, man. Get with the game. 10 out of 10. Quality shirt.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Right, get in the comments.
If Parramatta are watching and they do want to send us a shirt,
you'll gladly wear it.
DM us, yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's a 10. You do, and you're entitled to your opinion. We've already had that discussion. But, great shirt. I'm not going to knock it.
Right, on to the champions then. The shirt's so good they decided they didn't need to change it for this year. I mean, it's not like they're after the cash. Is it like the licorice all sorts shirt they call this one, don't they?
Yeah, the reggae Panthers.
The reggae. Well, as you can see, I'm a big fan of this shirt. This was one that I picked out. I love it. I think it's a quality shirt. Again, they've been blessed with sponsors that actually work with their colour scheme. So the Hertz logo on the sleeve is the same colour as their colours. They've got the logo in the middle is the same colours. The My Place logo is just
works really well
inverted on the black. I mean, can there be 2 10 out of 10 shirts in 1 year?
Yeah, of course you can. You can have that. I don't think you would though for this. Would you?
Oh yeah. I mean, what's your opinion on it? Because you've been quiet.
No, I agree with all the things. The only thing I will say, I want to just preface one thing. So we slated the Dolphin, right, for kind of flapping about with nothing to do on top of the Dolphins shirt. And you could argue that the Panther is doing a very similar thing. But a roaring, pouncing Panther is very different from a slippy Dolphin. You know what I mean? The Panther kind of works. But whereas I don't think the Dolphin quite did. And we talked again about having like a design complement the brand and the story of the club, you know, like the Black Panther, and they've gone for like a black colour scheme, you know, highlighted with the reggae spectrum. It just works incredibly well. I think it's a great shirt. It's a shirt that you could literally chuck on with a pair of jeans or whatever and wear it to most occasions. I'm not talking like
weddings.
Black tie. Yeah, no, I'm not talking wedding. But you know what I mean? If you
funerals.
Would work at funerals. You might get some raised eyebrows, but you could literally, you know, you could wear it to most things like. So, you know, whether it's, I don't need to go on anymore. I think it's a great shirt. I don't think it's a 10. It is not a 10 in my opinion. I'm going to go for, I'm going to go for an 8.5 because of the cutout around the neck. I'm not sure about that square cutout around the neck. Almost gives it like a Vicar of Dibley look, and I'm not too sure about that.
All right, well, O'Neill's have pulled this one out of the bag. So, yeah, fair play to O'Neill's, because we haven't rated O'Neill shirts that highly over the past few months. But, yeah, I love this shirt. Obviously, I'm wearing a version of it. It's great. Everything about it, colour scheme. I mean, I'm so glad Penrith changed their colour schemes. They used to be the chocolate soldiers, didn't they? A long time ago. And that was a dreadful colour scheme. You couldn't work with that. Yeah, quality shirt, 9 out of 10. It's not quite the Parramatta, but it's going to look great on me in Vegas, that is. Watching the Panthers.
All right, brilliant. Moving on.
Right, on to the Pink Panther then.
Yeah.
Same shirt as last year as well. I mean, pink's a good colour scheme, innit, Craig, right?
Do you know what? I've been critical of pink shirts in the Super League this year. However, this one works. And I'll tell you why it works. All the logos complement the pink. You know, they break it up enough. They've got the highlights across the centre of the chest. It brings out that Panther logo, and it also brings out the My Place logo on the centre there. The subtle O'Neill logos look like a bit of an afterthought on the top. I know they want to kind of dull them down a little bit, but they don't quite work. But this, again, on like someone with a decent tan, is going to look cracking. And although it's not something I'd put on, I can see a great shirt. I do recognise a great shirt when I see it. Again, they've gone for this like Vicar style break at the neck, and I'm not too sure about that. So this one's going to be a 7 for me.
I can't really disagree with anything you've said, to be honest with you. Yeah, the colour scheme works with the logos. I mean, they haven't changed it from last year for good reason. It's just a quality design. It screams Penrith now. I think people are going to start associating a pink kit with Penrith away.
Yeah.
Quality design. Love it. Yeah. 9 out of 10.
9.
Yeah, so Penrith, I think overall they're
doing really good.
Yeah, two 9s. South Sydney Rabbitohs, what are you going to get? A green and red hoop shirt. They've been wearing this shirt for 100 years or something. It's never really changed. Every season, pretty much the same thing. It does work with the MG logo. They get away with it. I've always loved the Bunnies logo, although, here we go, we could have another dolphin scenario on our hand here, but that bunny just screams South Sydney Rabbitohs now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, but this one in particular looks like, them kids have them felt, they make those little, they have like a bit of felt and they cut another little bit of felt out and they make like little felt pictures. It looks like someone's just stuck a little felt rabbit on there, and don't think it particularly works. Do you know what? I think they broke away. I don't know whether it's just this graphic or not, but they broke away from the traditional red. They've gone for more like a pastel red, and for that reason, I don't like it. I think a stronger red, you'd maintain the look and feel of the Bunnies shirt. This one looks dated to me. Looks like they've stepped back in time. Massive MG logo on the front there. Don't like that. And this Wotif logo in the centre there with the Bunnies just breaks up the balance. Not a fan of this at all.
Oof. I mean, it's just classic Rabbitohs, isn't it?
It's classic Rabbitohs colours, but
it's what you get from a Rabbitohs shirt every year. Like, I mean, we keep going on about how they could modernise it. Like the Parramatta had the slight detailing in the background. If they did something like that on this, I think it would be a lot better. I'd get fed up of that. If I were a Rabbitohs fan, I wouldn't be running to the shops to buy the new shirt every year because they just look the same, don't they? I mean,
I'm going to go further than that, Cal. The Bunnies badge and the Wartif badge and the NRL badge, they've no thought gone in there.
No.
They're just throwing it on there. It's unbalanced.
It's not. The Bunnies badge is great. I like the fact that it's so simple. It's like
I'm not talking about what they are. I'm talking about how it's like someone's gone, yeah, chuck it on. That'll do. You know, it's how they've laid it out. That's my issue.
Okay, I get your point. The sponsors on their arms are absolutely massive. Don't like that. Don't work. I mean, what do you feel about? I mean, sometimes the black logo. Sometimes they have the white logo.
Do you know? I think white logos would have made this better.
Right, I've got something for you in a minute.
Okay, we can only imagine where that's going.
What are you going to score this?
I'm giving this a 6.
A 6.
Yeah, not great.
But what if, Craig, the colours were reversed?
Right, okay.
Right, I'm giving it a 6 as well.
Right,
I don't think it's brilliant. Although I love the Rabbitohs, it's just do something different now. It's time to do something different.
No, just put some more effort into laying your logos out.
Yeah.
Keep the colour scheme up, the red I don't think particularly, I think that's like a step back in time, but sort the logos out, you've got a great shirt.
Right. So what do you reckon they do with a away shirt?
Well, I mean, I can only imagine they'd sort of invert the colours and give you white logos. Is that
right?
Oh,
no, bloody hell. Here we go. It was like, right, we nailed the home shirts so much that let's just change the colour of the fucking sponsors and bang it out the door again. How lazy have you got to be as a designer to just create the same shirt with the different coloured logos?
Well, how can it be? Like, I thought the idea of an away shirt is if there was a clash.
Yeah, I thought about this, and I was thinking, well, what team clashes with the Bunnies? They're in any team that clashes with them, so they can literally just have the same shirt. But come on, man. just literally just reverse the sponsors' logos and then knock it back out. I mean, it ain't the first time they've done this, is it? They've done this plenty of times before, but it's so lazy. I'm really interested to wonder what the Bunnies fans think of this.
Well, they'll love it, won't they? Because it's
what, the same shirt twice in the same year?
Well, it's not the shirt.
It is the same shirt. It is literally the same shirt. They've just changed part of the colour on part of it. If you're a Bunnies fan, please stick it in the comments. What do you think about the fact that your team has both the same home and away shirt?
Right, my opinion on this is they've instantly made it better. Right, but just by changing the colour of those logos and what have you. However, it's still unbalanced. For whatever, I don't know how you fix it. Maybe you move the what if logo further up underneath the collar. I don't know. It just, or maybe even down towards the MG. I don't know. I think the MG looks better than it did in the previous one. I'm still not sure about the colours and everything. So for me, I mean, I'm going to give this one a 7 purely because it is better, but it's still not. It's still not anything special.
Well, I'm going to knock them up a point because it looks better in white.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm going to knock them down 2 points because they ain't been so bloody lazy. It just work harder, man.
Maybe they're just tired, mate. Maybe they're just tired.
Like us.
They've had a long off season, too much going on, rushing stuff out the door,
Yeah, but the designer had one job.
Yeah, well, you don't know. What shirt make is this?
I don't know, actually.
I think it's some Aussie one, isn't it? Right, okay. Let's move on then.
It's got a kangaroo on the logo. That's original. Yeah, I mean, they should go back to... The Bunnies knocked out some black kits and a few years back, and then they had a white one with a green and red down the middle. Come on, do something a bit like that. Don't just kick out the same shirt. Crap.
We ain't going to Oz anytime soon, are we?
Sydney Roosters, then. A shirt I know that you love. You've mentioned it loads of times before. Again, this is a shirt that I don't think has ever really changed. I mean, they've literally been wearing this shirt for as long as I've been watching the NRL. It's just a classic South Sydney shirt, and it does have a new sponsor on it this year, though, which instantly looks a little bit weird. Usually have, is it Steggies on the front of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
Stogies, isn't it?
Stogies, something like that.
Something like that.
But yeah, you just
It's like
synonymous with the Roosters, isn't it? So instantly they put a different sponsor on it. It seems to look like a different shirt for some reason.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I've got a very graphic saying that kind of explains this. I can't say it on YouTube, but basically, you know, it kind of looks the same, but for some reason it don't feel right. You know what I mean? And that's what this is. You know what I mean, with that new sponsor. But fair enough, you know, bringing new sponsors into the game. A couple of things.
It's made by Castor as well, mate.
Yeah, Castor.
I know you're a big fan of Castor shirts.
Real premium brand. Couple of things. I think they've dealt with the logos on the sleeves very well because they are different.
I agree. I know what you're going to say next.
What?
You're going to say the logos on the chest should be in the middle of that white V.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to say that. And I thought exactly the same when I looked at it.
And then also the background in the NRL badge, I think is wrong.
Oh, you've got a bee in your bonnet about it. Yeah, but how can you do it? You can't. If you take the box off it, then the white part doesn't show up.
Of course it does.
No, it don't.
No, do you change the white part? You invert the colours. I don't know. That's up to them to sort out, not me. I'm not the freaking shirt designer.
Green on it so you can see it. You can't change the.
No, why would you have green?
Because it runs over 3 colours. Does that logo?
And there is your problem. So what you do is you change where the white chevron is, and then you make the NRL logo black or whatever, and then it.
I do agree. Actually, if you whack those logos in the middle of the white chevron, instantly looks better. Yeah. It makes the shirt look really wide because the logos are so far apart. And you got it bang on about the logos on the sleeves. Looks good in there. Castor, good. Yep.
One more thing from me.
Oh.
Double Castor on the shoulder plates. I don't think you have that. I think you bring it under the collar and you have that just one. Because it's wings and it's very symmetrical, you just have one Castor badge underneath the collar there and that red panel.
Check you out, head design.
That's what I think. I think that, you know, on the white
Castor are going to be ringing up next, mate.
Well, I hope so. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Well, funnily enough, we did have 2 brands ring up after our Super League shirt review, didn't they? So stranger things could happen. We
didn't score it, did we?
Oh yes, it's a Rooster shirt. 7 out of 10.
8 out of 10 for me.
Do a bit more with it. Again, bit more detailing, and we're getting pretty much what we'd expect from a Roosters away shirt. Again, same design as last year, same designs they've had for years. But with a new sponsor, but for some reason they put a big black box around it. However, logo placement, Craig.
Yeah.
It's way better on this one.
Yeah, it is way
Why
better.
have they done that on the away shirt and the home shirt? They've stuck them on the edges.
Weird.
Yeah, it looks good. It's like a poor man's Wakefield Trinity shirt, this is.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with that.
No one's ever said that.
I do agree with that. And the only thing that takes this away is the black border and the BYD logo. But I don't know what else you do with that because of the red, white, and blue chevron.
They should have just made the BYD text in black and
just left it as it is.
Don't bother with a flipping black box around it.
Yeah,
it's a classic rugby shirt, but again, it's a stock rugby shirt. They haven't done much with this, have they? But I suspect that pretty much the brief from the club is this is our design. We don't really change it. Again, if you're a Roosters fan, do you get fed up of it? Let us know. I think it's all right. It's not setting the world alight, is it?
7 from me.
7 from me.
Yeah,
I agree with you, mate. Right, on to the West Tigers then. Now, I spoke to you earlier, didn't I? I said I used to have a Balmain shirt. It was one of my favourite shirts ever, big, thick cotton shirt. However, the West Tigers, what on earth is this monstrosity of a shirt? It's like they've thrown together about 5 different designs, and I'm all for a bit of detailing and something a little bit modern. I can't stand this shirt.
Why?
There's just too much going on.
Right.
I don't like the colour scheme.
Okay.
I'm going to compare.
What is it? The colour scheme?
The orange.
Well, it's supposed to be a gold, isn't it? Is it a goldy, orangey?
No, it's an orangey, tigery colour, isn't it? Compare that to Castleford's shirt this year. Night and day. Cast Tigers shirt is way better than the West Tigers shirt. They're just miles apart.
But I'm just trying to pick out why. You know what you're saying? It's like there's just too much going on.
There's too much going on. I mean, like you got all this honeycomb pattern down the side, so that's like feels like that's been taken from one design shirt. Then you've got the arced angles coming in. Looks like it's from another shirt. Then you got a traditional V at the top, but looks like it's from a different kit. And then the massive sponsor again in the middle. Steed and sponsors plonked all over it. It hurts my eyes.
Yeah, it does. There's a couple of good things I like though. I like the fact that how they've integrated the NRL is better, right? The fact that the Palmer, is it? I don't know. I've never seen that logo before. He's up towards the collar, breaks it up. If you'd have put that in the middle, it might have just connected those two logos a little bit too much. I think the NRL badge and the West Tigers badge works really well together. The Zurich sponsors on the sleeves are subtle, or more subtle, certainly more subtle than other shirts.
Yeah, they're not too big, are they?
In the past.
I'll give them a point for that.
There's another logo above that which kind of works. But this is, I don't know. I do agree that it's very busy, very busy. I don't think it's an atrocious shirt. I think they've dealt with the pepper money relatively well. You know, they've got it's like an old school white panel, stick it in the middle, and because of that, it does work. But yeah, it's not setting the world alight. But I don't think it's as atrocious as you're making out.
No, it's terrible. It's just abomination. There's too much going on.
Okay, score it then, Carl.
Get back to Balmain. Just get your classic Balmain shirt out. 3 out of 10 for me.
3 out of 10?
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like anything about that shirt.
Right, I'm going 6 out of 10 for the reasons I've said. Moving on.
Right, I think we're on to our last shirt of the season then, and it's basically it's a reverse version of the home shirt. However, it's a little bit better on the eyes, this. I think it works slightly better in this colour scheme with the reverse colours.
I don't like this mustard. I think it's
a strange colour orange, isn't it? That's what we're trying to say on the home shirt. I know it's their colours.
I've not seen many mustard tigers kicking about.
It's not mustard, it's like a weird orange colour. But it's not bright. It's not like bright orange, and it's not.
It's like a washed out dirty orange.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's I think it'd have been better with either like a more prominent orange or a more pastel orange, but this kind of washed out.
Or go with a more yellowy, like ambery colour, like Castleford Tigers have done.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a stronger.
Like if I compare Cast Tigers and West Tigers, Cast Tigers is way ahead of this shirt.
Yeah,
massively.
Yeah.
Right, we've got to score it. Final shirt of the year. Again, it's too busy. There's too much going on. It does look slightly better than the black with the colours being reversed. I'll give it a 4.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, I'm not going to score it particularly high. I think it's marginally better than the other one. But I just don't like the washed out orange. So I'm going to give this a 6.5. Right, Carl, to summarise this video then, so lots and lots of shirts we've gone through there. As always, like we said, we didn't mean to like slag anybody or upset anybody. It is just our opinion, but we've had a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek look at all these different shirts. If we peeled out the two worst shirts, or the worst shirts in our opinion, you said the worst shirt for you was the West Tigers. You scored that 3. And you also scored the Dolphins away shirt 3.
Yeah, 2
and
shirts.
The Cronulla away shirt 3. So you dished out lots of
Can I pick
there.
a worst out of them?
Yeah, of course you can.
Because there needs to be a worst shirt, don't there?
Yeah.
I think it's Cronulla.
The
Cronulla away shirt was just naff, wasn't it?
Yeah. Okay. The worst for me, I had two pointers: the Dolphin away and the Warriors away. And if I was to pick one, I think.
Dolphins.
Oh, it's hard. It's hard.
Dolphins.
Yeah, I think I'd go for the Dolphins away. Right, on for the best shirts then. Carl, can you remember which one yours was?
Yeah, Parramatta.
Yeah, Parramatta away.
Parramatta away is class. I mean, I love the New Zealand Warriors home shirt and the Penrith shirt as well. They're all good shirts. But yeah, Parramatta was definitely the best.
You
one.
also scored Parramatta home a 9.5. So yeah, they were the 2 highest scores for you. And my number 1 shirt was, well, I had 2 number 9s actually. I had Parramatta home as a 9, and I also had New Zealand Warriors 3rd shirt.
Oh, I forgot about the 3rd shirt, yeah.
As a 9. You had that as a 9 as well.
Yeah, quality shirt.
So
that is.
I'm going to go New Zealand home shirt as my top shirt from the NRL of 2025.
3rd shirt?
Yeah, the 3rd shirt, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. All through the shirt, you'd notice that Carl and I both had NRL training tops on, and these were provided to us by therugbystore.co.uk. Remember that if you're in the UK and you want to get yourself hands on some quality merch, which you know is official merchandise, if you like, and if you want to go and try it on, because quite often you buy stuff online, you don't get the right size or whatever, therugbystore.co.uk is the place to go. If you're anywhere near Hull at any time, get yourself in there. Rarely will you find a dedicated shop that is really well stocked, the like of the Rugby Store in the UK. So, and it's something that we need to be backing and using so that we don't lose it. They've been open since October. Carl, what was your take on them?
Just a quality shop, mate. Yeah, like you said, there's absolutely everything in there. If you're a rugby league fan, a rugby league nerd like we are, it's got everything you want. It's got British sides in there, NRL sides in there. It's got vintage rugby shirts in there, rugby balls, training kit, boots, you name it. If you're a rugby fan, therugbystore.co.uk is the place to be. And Craig, if you use the discount code RL Outsiders, you'll also get 10% off. So either use that online, enter it in the discount code box, or if you pop into the store, tell them the Rugby League Outsiders sent you, and you'll better get 10% off.
So thank you to therugbystore.co.uk for sponsoring this video and our Vegas series that's coming up starting tomorrow. And don't forget the discount code. It's down there in the description. And until the next time,